चाहे किसी नेशन का डेवलपमेंट हो या किसी एक इंडिविजुअल का सक्सेस पाथ, ये लार्जली इस बात पे डिपेंड करता है कि हम कितनी एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज जनरेट कर रहे हैं। इंडिया इज गोइंग थ्रू अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल फेज wherein youngsters are taking that leap of faith and they are taking calculated risks and starting up with their own business units. And guess what? These startups are doing really well. नमस्कार, मेरा नाम मंजरी है और आप देख रहे हैं हमारा शो मीठी मुलाकात विद मंजरी। एंड इंडीड ये मीठी मुलाकात है रांची की बहुत ही एक स्वीट नंद और भाभी की जोड़ी से, जिन्होंने साथ में अपना एक बहुत यूनिक सा ट्रैवल बिजनेस शुरू किया है। एंड इट्स वेरी वंडरफुल बिकॉज इट इज ऑल वुमेन सेटअप। Khyati and Rashmi, it's really nice to have you on our show. A very warm welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It's an honor, ma'am.
Generally, ऐसा देखा गया है that friends start their business together. Even sisters, they go ahead and start the business together. But बहुत unheard सा है, कुछ rare सा है कि Nand and Bhabhi is one such relationship कि they take a lot of time in understanding each other. तो पहले कुछ आपके relationship के बारे में I would like to know. How did this relationship grow?
So, ma'am, actually, we used to plan trips for friends and family, and especially I used to do that. Khyati was the one when we went for Spiti trip, and then we got to know that okay, we share the interest of traveling together, and the bond was like the Spiti is very unpredictable, and the weather is very not very comfortable.
Yeah.
And there, if you can bond together, that means that in the normal day-to-day life or a normal business scenario, it is easier to connect. So that's where we felt that we can start this together. Friends and family was also recommending that the kind of trip you guys plan, we feel that there is some scope. But we were busy with our different life, and we didn't know that whether we should take this leap or not. We connected, we discussed, and then we realized that okay, this might work. And this
So I also feel, I agree with her that although the spark of friendship slash partnership slash Nand and Bhabhi ka jo rishta hai, that all started with a very fun trip to Spiti together. We realized that her passion for travel and my passion for travel is a common interest. We bonded over harsh weather in Spiti. We had a lot of fun. We discussed what hopes we have for each other's lives respectively. तो वैसे ही करते करते फिर हमारी दोस्ती आप कह सकते हो साथ में शुरू हुई.
yeah.
What is the feedback of your family members? What do they have to say?
So you have to be cautious, and you have to keep the relationship first. If the business is, you have to see how you will manage both the things.
Yeah.
That shouldn't get harmful.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, as human beings, we understand कि हमें business as in personal and private थोड़ा अलग रखना है. तो दोनों के बीच का जो अंतर है, we try and maintain that. So
and we have decided that we'll talk. Like we will never let anything build up. That's what we have thought of. Like we are hoping that will work. That so far all is going good. But as business grow and we come to that situation, however however uncomfortable that situation is, I have told to myself, and we have discussed also, that we will talk and we will try to resolve it. However dirty it goes, but talk and then resolve and then move forward. That's what we have decided to.
Khyati would like to know it from you that can you please let us know about the startup? ये क्या है पूरा, please बताइएगा.
Number one, it's an all-women's travel company. Like you can see, the two of us represent it. Number two, it's a travel company with a difference. और अगर आप पूछेंगे मैम कि difference क्या है, तो simple words में हम यही कहेंगे कि we cater to a niche in the market, जिनमें घूमने का एक जुनून है. मतलब उन्हें पूरी दुनिया इस नज़रिए से देखनी है जो दूसरी कंपनीज नहीं दिखाते. तो we always try to bring in fresh itineraries. Like suppose if I and Didi want to take you to Kashmir, we will have you have your curated lunch in the Thajwas glacier, and you will not just be going to the gondola and then coming back. We'll show you Kashmir the way a local sees it.
It should be a one-stop place where you don't have to go to different companies or person to get your travel requirement done. We take care from start to end, be it visa, insurance, flight, after sale service, if you have any problems, taking care of that. So all of that, we are trying to make it a place, once you come to us, then you don't have to worry about anything about the traveling. We take care of everything.
Okay, Rashmi and Khyati, can you just guide us कि स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर क्या होता है? लाइक फॉर व्यूअर्स प्लीज थोड़ा सा बताइए कि एक बार तो अपने माइंड में कंसेप्ट आपका आ गया कि दिस इज हाउ यू विल वर्क, उसके बाद हमारा नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है?
Basically, when we started, we were not sure because we didn't have much of an example around, in the market, who is doing a similar thing. There are people doing it, but they are doing in a very niche segment. Like for example, if somebody is doing just for all women group tours, or all old age people group tour, where people in that age group, they take them together. So they are doing something different, but something which we planned for, we didn't have inspiration to take from. So we decided that we will first see what is working for us, and then we will plan a base that okay, this is how we have to do it, this we will not go into, these are the areas we will connect on with the client. So
And how did you manage the finances and the marketing and everything?
Yeah, so primarily, to be honest, we, like I told you, आप कहीं पहुंचना चाहते हैं तो वहां पहुंचने का रास्ता जितना धीरे हो सके, धैर्य के साथ हो, वो ज़्यादा मजबूती दे पाता है आपको. So we've planned to be slow, steady and focused. So we've started small and we gathered savings, both of us together. We had our personal savings and that's how we started our first trip. सो हमें लगता है कि एक कैपिटल एक्यूमुलेशन बहुत ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज यू अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स नीड टू फ्लोट सम क्रेडिट टू योर ट्रैवलर्स, give them some time to make the payments, be it for flights or visa or insurance or the hotel bookings. तो वो बहुत important step था.
Okay, and how far do you feel कि what role does marketing play? For instance, people have designed their product and they are quite satisfied कि हाँ हमारा ये product अच्छा है. What role does marketing play?
So for us, it was more of word of mouth, because we are the kind of service we were giving. How much ever we talk about that, we have realized that though definitely you have to showcase what you're doing, and you have to make the people aware that what your business idea is, but somebody to trust on, especially with the trip, because people plan for it very long and they spend their money on that. So once somebody gives that confidence, it works on the confidence basis. So marketing for us, it was more of word of mouth that helped us.
Yeah, that's how we started. And to build on, our marketing majorly focuses on a blog on Instagram. आप अगर हमारे पेज को देखेंगे तो हमारा पेज कभी ऑफर्स प्रमोट नहीं करता. वी एक्चुअली प्रमोट कि आप ABC डेस्टिनेशन जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे आपको जाके क्या देखने मिलेगा. So maybe there's a picture of one of our travelers interacting with a rescued elephant in Thailand. So इस तरीके के मतलब content we create that interest the viewers. So that's one major thing, and we also have our website in place.
Okay, so you do feel that marketing does play a very important role.
Definitely huge.
Out of all the aspects, word of mouth is the most important, which helped us. But yeah, definitely presence everywhere is required.
Okay, I would like to know it from you that since both of you have done your MBAs, how has this your degree of MBA helped you as far as carrying out the things are concerned?
I feel the networking I had, the people I met there. Like for example, when we were planning to build our website, so when you have a networking, you have someone to fall back on, or take suggestions on. That definitely helps. So I took a suggestion from a friend, and he has already worked with that person, so it becomes easier to if you just search on net and find a new person. It might not go well, but if it comes from a reference, it helps. So that was one thing which helped. It gives you a confidence as well. Like you have ideas, but if you have someone who can give you guidance, and at the same time, if you have someone to look up to, like maybe the idea is different, but he has also started from scratch, and a known person, we read books, those things are there. But if somebody known is there and you have seen their journey, then it gives a confidence. And yeah.
Okay, Khyati, I would like to know it from you that आप लोग ने क्या-क्या problems face करा?
Of course, we have fought, against big players in the market. We've been trying to target a niche. So creating that niche, making the niche be loyal to the kind of exposure we want to give. That was a challenge. But slowly I feel that challenge is overcome when they actually, experience the kind of service we give. Besides that, on a personal level, yes, being women in the 21st century and trying to strike that balance between family and work, it has been a task. But मुझे ये लगता है कि जब आपके परिवार वाले आपका साथ दें तो हर दिन थोड़ा कम मुश्किल होता जाता है. So from day one to today, I think we've really improved the balancing between private and public. Yeah.
And to you, Khyati, that I'm sure your husband sometimes he would be struggling to मैं किसका side लूँ, whether it should be my wife or my sister.
I feel they would be able to answer that better. पर अगर आप हमारा perspective पूछे तो ये कुछ ground rules हमने set कर दिए हैं. Yeah, we always say कि it doesn't matter कि दोनों तरफ कौन खड़ा है, आप जो सही बोल रहा है उसका साथ लें ताकि business stays in primary significance, focus. Yeah. So whatever is right for the business, we always tell कि as a neutral party आप हमें बताएं कि whether she is correct in a certain situation या मैं हूँ, then accordingly we'll navigate.
And on a lighter note, I feel that it is not always they have to choose between her or me.
Yeah.
It is more of them and us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because they have a complaint that we are not giving enough time to the family, and that's what both of us they have a complaint from, and so that is the tug of war currently running in the family.
Which we agree that we need to learn how to strike that balance. पर again ma'am, हर दिन चीजें थोड़ी कम मुश्किल होती जाती हैं.
We are also trying to learn how to be better present for the family as well and manage business well.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, Rashmi, separately that do you ever experience this kind of a mom guilt since you have a 2-year-old to take care of?
You're right, ma'am. And honestly, I would not say that I can give you a confident answer that I am managing it perfectly well and I'm happy with the way I'm doing it. So it is like some days I feel okay, I'm doing it great and the way it should be. Some days when the work pressure is too high, like season time, like December, I do feel that pinch that maybe, and I doubt it as well. But I guess once you overcome that season time, or then I realize, okay, maybe I would have managed it better the season time as well. We are just starting, so maybe a few lesser trips, more like more
Time on hand.
time on hand, more person on board.
Since you belong to a business background, what insights do you get? जैसे I'm sure जब business हम discuss करते हैं, it comes in the drawing room also. आप लोगों को क्या एक insight मिलता है कि पापा शायद ठीक कह रहे थे या मेरे father-in-law या मेरे husband ठीक कह रहे थे और हम लोग शायद ये mistakes कर रहे थे. Please give us few insights.
If I would like to start with, like one thing which we felt initially that we used to take more of trip in numbers, and we felt that we are a startup and we need to do a hard work, and we didn't feel like saying a no to anybody, honestly. And our parents and our husband used to say that take less work, but don't be in a hurry to take too many works in a starting phase. But we used to feel like if we'll say a no, the client will go and we are losing on the opportunity. But one season time happened in the summer vacation, and हमें समझ आया कि अगर आप ज़्यादा trips करते हो और वो फाइनली अगर आप उसको फाइनली अच्छे से एग्जीक्यूट भी कर लेते हो, लेकिन उसके बाद जो मेंटल प्रेशर रहता है और जिसके कारण हमने ये काम शुरू किया कि हमें हैप्पीनेस मिले उस चीज़ से, वो डिफरेंट स्टोरी में टर्न होने लगे. देन यू रियलाइज, उसके बाद हमें रियलाइज हुआ दे वर राइट, कि हमने ना बोलना शुरू किया इन अ राइट वे, कि उनको एक्सप्लेन किया कि देखिए हमारे पास इतने काम है और हमारी टीम जितनी है हम इनसे ज़्यादा नहीं ले सकते और हमें क्वालिटी काम करना है.
Then in terms of pricing, कई बार हमारे husbands या our fathers tell us कि this is how the pricing needs to be done. Cost reduction से your earnings and entire revenue can get pushed higher. Passing on higher prices to our clients, how we can reduce our cost in turn, in the entire cycle. Yeah, cycle.
I think one of you mentioned about the COVID scenario. So nobody was traveling. How did you manage that phase?
The good part was we just started 2019 and it was just the starting phase.
Yeah.
So we didn't overhire, we didn't have a big manpower whom we had to cater to, pay and cater to. So that ways it helped. We already had a small setup, so it was easy to whatever the capital cost is involved, it was easy to move in that phase of COVID when there was no income at all. And at that time we used that as an opportunity to build up our website and the other social presence, which in general when the other business the regular business is going on, we don't get time for those things. So we tried to build on those. There was a cost involved, but we know that once the COVID is gone, the business will come, and these costs can this cost can be taken care of. Yeah.
So we built our fundamentals basically, ma'am.
Do you have conflicts, and how do you manage them?
Yes, I mean that's very normal. You know, between any two human being in a room, they are always bound to
Have a different
different viewpoints. So we tend to always agree to differ, but हमारे बीच वो conversations बहुत clarity और honesty के साथ होते हैं. We always try to understand कि भाई दूसरे आदमी का perspective क्या है, वो ऐसा क्यों बोल रहा है, and then we put all our views on the table. You know, do the analysis of pros and cons ki bhai, this is what you think, this is what I think, what should we do for the business's interest, and we try to come together. And sometimes she allows me to make my mistakes, and sometimes I be like, okay fine, perhaps you know, I may be right, but that only you can figure out once time has passed and you've executed your decisions.
Family का क्या feedback रहा कि how have both of you evolved as individuals, right?
I feel they with the travel thing we started with the fun part, the passion and what we enjoy. But once we were into the game, हमें समझ आया कि मतलब जो फन पार्ट है उसके बैकग्राउंड में, जब फन होता है उसके बैकग्राउंड में बहुत सारी चीजें लाइन अप करनी होती है, और अब हमारा फन पार्ट से कोई और जाने वाला है और बैकग्राउंड वाला काम हमें करना है. तो उसमें ये चीज़ें थी कि वी हैव टू बी श्योर कि रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, कि आज फ्लाइट इतने बजे है, उससे पहले कि अगर कोई ट्रांसपोर्ट हमने बुक किया है तो ड्राइवर है ऑन पॉइंट, उसे पता है कितने बजे की, छोटी छोटी चीज़ें. तो वो चीज़ें हमें लगता है कि एज अ पर्सन ऑल्सो वी हैव डेवलप्ड कि अब हम नोट करने लगे हैं. इवन फैमिली से रिलेटेड कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं तो मे बी पहले हम लोग उतना नहीं ध्यान देते होंगे एज अ नेचर, एज अ पर्सन, लेकिन जब आप बिजनेस में करने लगे तो वो हैबिट आ जाती है. तो वो हमको लगता है इस बिजनेस से वी हैव इनकलकेटेड एज अ पर्सन.
Also, I would like to know that what are the recent books that you've read? Anything that you've read recently, because it does help in some way or the other.
Ma'am, I am a very God-fearing person. The only book I read day and night is Bhagwan ki kitabein. You'll find by my bedside table that there'll be a book of word. But if you're talking about from the business perspective, I think Reshudi does a brilliant job. She keeps up with all the good content in the books that helps businesses grow better. So I'm sure she'll answer.
She has I guess said too much, but I'm just trying because I told you that with the baby I was finding it difficult, and I just read about this book Atomic Habits. And wonderful. It was a wonderful book and it came to me at the right time. I needed to have that habit. I used to take my baby as an excuse also. Maybe sometimes if I'm not able to do it, I used to say that, oh, I have a baby, so I couldn't get the time for that. But after reading that book, it was an eye opener, and I realized that anything is possible if you do it as per a discipline and a habit.
Like slowly is the fastest way to be where you want to be. So I always say we together believe that you should start small, give it time, and just take one day at a time and just start the journey. You know, get out of the inertia.
How has your family supported you? Anything that you'd like to say about it?
I guess that is the most important part with anything you start, because if the family support is not there, already a startup is a stressful job because there are a lot of things happening, and if family support is not there, then you can't think right. So that ways we have been very lucky. there in my in-laws side, everyone is very supportive, and my husband has been a blessing, like all the time with the baby.
Yeah.
Also, if I have to make an important call, he makes sure he has taken offs as well, like from his work. And here also, my mom and dad, like if at times we get too stressful, the way they give a insightful discussion and pump us with the energy, that helps like
A
anything.
lot.
Yeah.
Our families are like our army. They're the the army that's running battles behind. So people just see us working hard and they give us credit. But to be honest, my parents there, my mother and father, and my father-in-law and my mother-in-law as well over here, like our lives are simpler because of them. So we can, pursue our dreams. So our husbands and I feel like our siblings as well. They've played a really good role in our growth. So
in your journey. Wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Khyati. Thank you so much, Rashmi, for coming on to our show. And all the best. I hope कि आपका जो startup है, that should do really well.
God is with us.
Thank you.
Hopefully,
Thank you,
yes.
ma'am,
Thank
for
you so
saying
much
such
for the
good
lovely
words.
experience. Thank you.
So all good things must come to an end. So we come to the end of this episode. If you like our content, then do like, share and subscribe because it gives us the motivation to make more such content. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.